9 new games. 9 new chances to die. And one terrifying secret that ties them all together. Because Alice in Borderland Season 3 didn't just return to Netflix, it returned with vengeance. This isn't the same Borderland we remember. The games are smarter, crueler, and far more personal. Every player is forced to face something worse than death, their own reflection. Now, before we dive into this rabbit hole, let me ask you something. If you had one chance to cheat death, but you had to risk someone else's life to do it, would you take it? Think about that as we break down every single game in Season 3. Because trust me, by the time we reach the final one, you'll realize none of them were really games at all. This is Alice in Borderland Season 3. Every game explained. And it all starts with a deck of cards and a single joker. I've watched this show since Season 1, and I thought I'd seen it all. Hearts, spades, clubs, diamonds. But this time, Season 3 didn't test survival. It tested the soul. 9 new games, each one linked to one of the 7 deadly sins. Each one forcing players to choose between logic and insanity, between hope and horror. The kind of games where even winning feels like losing. And the worst part? You start realizing that the Borderlands isn't some random purgatory. It's designed, built to expose everything you've ever tried to hide. So let's talk about the first game. The one that set the tone for everything that came after. Game 1 Old Maid. The illusion of luck. 7 players. 1 circular table, each seat wired to a power supply strong enough to end a life in a heartbeat. On paper, the rules were simple: draw a card. Avoid the joker. Don't move. Don't cheat. Don't blink. But here's the real nightmare. If you took the joker from someone, they were eliminated instantly. And if you held the joker when the game ended, you won. So what does that mean? That means in Old Maid, victory literally meant stealing death from someone else. This game wasn't about luck. It was about guilt. The joker wasn't a symbol of chaos, it was a mirror for human selfishness. Because the longer you played, the more you realized nobody wanted to win. They just didn't want to die first. You could see it in their eyes, the trembling hands, the fake smiles. Every card drawn felt like a confession. And here's what's terrifying. The real punishment wasn't the shock that killed you. It was the silence before it. Every second of waiting, every breath between draws. That's the true horror of Old Maid. And if you think this game was just a warm-up, think again. Because what came next turned logic into a weapon. In Old Maid, you could blame fate. In the next game, there was no one left to blame. Only your own mind. This next test wasn't about survival. It was about faith. Faith in numbers. Faith in your instincts. Faith in the idea that maybe, just maybe, you could outsmart death itself. But the Borderlands doesn't deal in mercy. It deals in irony. Game 20, Sacred Fortunes. The price of knowledge. Imagine this. You're standing in front of a wall of fortune boxes, each one promising to reveal your destiny. You pull a number. You open a box. And inside there's a question. A question so absurd, so impossible, that your brain instantly starts burning. How many liters of cow's blood are needed to make 1 liter of milk? It sounds harmless, right? But here's the catch. Every number you get wrong becomes your death sentence. One wrong guess means arrows. Not just one, hundreds, thousands. And they don't miss. You don't have time to hide. No chance to breathe. Just a wall of fire and metal coming straight for you. That's the cruelty of Sacred Fortunes. It's not about knowledge. It's about faith. In yourself, in logic, in a world that's already rigged against you. And what makes it worse? Some questions can't be answered. They're designed to kill you no matter what you pick. That's when Arisu realized the truth. The only way to survive wasn't to be smart. It was to be lucky enough to find the one place death couldn't reach. And that's exactly what he did. He went underground. Because the arrows couldn't hit what they couldn't see. When I saw that moment, it hit me. This game wasn't testing intelligence. It was testing belief. Do you believe in reason? Or do you believe in survival? Because in the Borderlands, they're never the same thing. Watching Sacred Fortunes felt like watching humanity in slow motion. Every player staring at a fortune that spelled their doom, praying their guess was right. The show forces you to ask yourself, would you trust math when your life's on the line? Or would you follow instinct? Even if logic says you're wrong, that's the real mind game here. It's not about arrows or riddles. It's about realizing that even intelligence can't save you in a world designed to destroy hope. And just when you think you've figured out the pattern, that maybe luck and logic work together, the Borderlands changes the rules again. Because the next game doesn't test what you know. It tests what you are. What happens when the border between human and monster disappears? When surviving means becoming the very thing you fear? That's what the next game answers. And trust me, it's one of the most disturbing ones yet. Stay with me, because in the next part, we enter a game where you either become a zombie or you become extinct. You ever wonder what makes a monster? Is it the fangs, the hunger, the violence? Or is it the choice to survive, no matter what it costs? Because in the third game, that choice becomes real. Welcome to Zombie Hunt. Game 3, Zombie Hunt. The infection of morality. Picture this. A long, dimly lit hall filled with players sitting across desks, holding cards like they're holding their own fate. Each card a weapon. Each number a heartbeat. Every player has 7 cards. They play them 1-on-1. Highest card wins. Easy, right? Except there are 3 special cards: the zombie, the shotgun, and the vaccine. And this is where it gets twisted. If you play the zombie card, your opponent becomes infected. And from that moment on, they're no longer human. They join your side, spreading the infection like wildfire. But if they play the shotgun card, you're done. Game over. Laser down. The vaccine. That's the wild card of mercy. It can save someone or damn them, depending on who plays it. And here's the cruel joke: the game isn't about cards. It's about loyalty. Will you save a friend, knowing it might kill you? Or will you shoot them before they turn? That's what made this one so horrifying. There's no winning move. You either lose your soul or lose your life. When Arisu faced this game, I could see it in his eyes. That quiet panic, that realization that survival here means becoming something worse than death. This is where the Borderlands truly begins to whisper its message. To win here, you must become what you fear. And tell me honestly, if you were there, watching your best friend's eyes go blank, would you pull the trigger? A comment below. Would you rather become a zombie and survive, or die a human? I really want to see how dark our community is getting. When you think it can't get any crueler, when you think you've finally found the rhythm of this hell, the Borderlands hits you with something even simpler and deadlier. No riddles, no choices, just movement. Because in this next one, you're not fighting other people. You're fighting time. This one felt like the show's version of Russian roulette. Except instead of bullets, you've got beams of pure light that can slice through bone like butter. Usagi and Ryuji enter a massive mirrored arena, light bouncing off every surface. The rules: survive until the timer ends. That's it. But every few seconds, lasers sweep through the room, from the ceiling, from the walls, from the floor. They move faster each round, unpredictable, mechanical, almost alive. And you know what's crazy? It's beautiful. It's horrifying, but beautiful. The choreography of survival here feels like watching humans forced to dance with death. Every jump, every dodge, every breath, one fraction of a second too slow and your entire existence is erased. This isn't a game, it's a metaphor. Because in the Borderlands, the light doesn't guide you. It kills you. We always say, follow the light, right? Here, the light is your executioner. That moment when Usagi slid beneath a laser with inches to spare. My heart actually stopped. Not because of fear, but because that's when I realized. The Borderlands doesn't just punish mistakes. It punishes hope. And maybe that's the entire point. Every one of these games teaches a different lesson old maid. Trust kills. Sacred fortunes, knowledge betrays. Zombie hunt, love corrupts. Floating lasers, light deceives. It's almost poetic, right? Almost like someone designed these games to strip away everything human until nothing's left but instinct. But the next game, the next one, throws instinct out the window. Because it isn't about what you do. It's about what you believe. Game 50 Runaway Train. The gamble of faith. Imagine this. You're standing at the back of an empty 8-car train. No driver. No brakes. And it's speeding toward the end of the line. The rules sound simple. Make your way forward through the train before it crashes. Each car, one decision. Put on the gas mask or don't. 4 of the 8 cars will fill with poison gas. Pick wrong. You die. Pick. You live. You've got 5 oxygen canisters, each one a lifeline, each one a choice you'll regret later. And just to make it worse, there's a canary in the middle of every car. If the bird dies, it means poison. If it lives, it means you wasted a canister you'll need later. You know what this is? It's Russian roulette, but with morality. Every door you open, every breath you take, feels like playing God with yourself. And when that first canary drops dead, and the gas starts creeping in like a snake, that's when the panic sets in. The screams, the banging, the clawing at metal. It's suffocation, not from air, but from fear itself. This is the cruel brilliance of Runaway Train. It's not just a test of luck. It's a test of faith. Faith in what you can't see. Faith that you might make it to the front, even though the front might not exist. And when Arisu finally reached that last cart and realized what was waiting there, nothing. No driver. No answers. Just the haunting sound of the train brakes screeching as he grabbed the emergency lever. That was the moment it hit me. Every single game is a message about control. You think you're driving. You're not. You're just surviving.